to be talking to you. I was looking forward to this because I don't know if you had a chance to read the entire Inspector General's report at the Department of State yet, but let's start there. Have you read the report? What's your reaction to it?
Yes, sir, I have. It appears that the vast right-wing conspiracy now includes the State Department IG appointed by Barack Obama.
Yeah, and so what are your takeaways? I've been telling people what the Wall Street Journal says. The hack attacks were there; they're known. We don't know if they ever succeeded. She broke every rule in the book, and she's unrepentant.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just knocked it out of the park. I went back and took a look. We had my team go back and take a look at all the times she has told the American people that what she did was allowed. We knew it wasn't true. We now have confirmation from her own State Department that was the case. Also fascinating to see how much her senior leaders, Huma Abedin, Jake Sullivan, were well aware that they had a problem. Right? They talk about whether they should send sensitive information across this channel. They were deeply aware that they were operating in an area that was unlawful, and yet they continued to do so.
I quote from the IG report. At a minimum, Secretary Clinton should have surrendered all emails dealing with department business before leaving government service. And because she did not do so, she did not comply with the department's policies that were implemented in accordance with the Federal Records Act. It doesn't get any clearer than that, does it, Congressman?
It does not. What that says, and they say it as plainly as possible, is she broke the law. And what you can see from both what was in the IG report and all the other information that's out there is that they did so knowingly. That is, they were deeply aware that they were operating in a way that was unlawful. I have to add here, too, the defense is always, somebody else did this too. Everybody was operating this way. That's just false. No one else, no other Secretary of State, as far as I can tell, no other senior leader has ever operated without a government account. This was her sole means of communicating by electronic method during her entire time as America's most senior diplomat. That is different from the behavior of any other Secretary of State. And her defense of, well, the other guys are doing it too, never worked for my son when he told me his buddies were doing something wrong too.
It doesn't work for anyone, and it shouldn't work for political reporters. We'll see. I do go to this, too. According to two DS and IRM officials, department employees must use agency-authorized information systems to conduct normal day-to-day operations because the use of non-departmental systems creates significant security risks. I keep going back to this. I did so on Hardball last night. It's not about her just breaking the law. She endangered the entire country's national security. Have you been able to figure out yet whether or not any of the hacks have been detailed and proven up?
Well, I guess I'll answer it the way that Mike Morrell did. Just about any significant intel organization from around the world would have had access to this system had they wanted to get it. And she was the Secretary of State, and I can assure you they wanted to get it.
And so you're investigating Benghazi. Do you believe at the time that Benghazi both occurred and leading up to it that hostile intelligence agencies had access to the Secretary of State's email?
I think it is almost certain that the first world, the most capable intelligence agencies, the Iranians, the Chinese, and the Russians, all would have had the ability to get into that system.
Now, based on, again, I don't know if it's been classified or not, would the Iranians have known that Ambassador Stevens was in Benghazi based upon email traffic with the Secretary of State? Do we know that yet?
It's hard to know, and there's a handful of things I just can't share with you. But I always come back to this. We spend an awful lot of money creating high-side secure information handling systems in the United States government. There is a reason that we don't just use the standard federal systems to handle classified information and sensitive information. The Secretary of State did not behave in a way that was consistent with that, and so put those soldiers, sailors, airmen, our ambassadors at risk by using the system in the way that she did.
Congressman Mike Pompeo, always great to talk to you. Follow him on Twitter at Rep. Mike Pompeo. Stay with me. I'm coming right back. Simon Swart and Lori Stevens, the founder of Patriot Cause, joins me next. Stay tuned.